Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for tuning in. Alright, so today I'm going to be making an art piece, an African wall piece, and these are the things I'll be using. The spray, that's the spray can, spray paint. There's a double-sided sellotape, abundant glue, some pieces of fabric that I've cut into square shaped and rectangular shapes, and I have the cardboard that I am going to be using to make the frame, and then the white paper, as you can see, is a stay. It's like it has the adhesive side and the paper side that still are using. All right, first of all, I'm going to cut the cardboard into the shape I want. You can cut it into any shapes you want. I'm going to double this so that it will be more sturdy and firm enough as a frame. You can use any if you have a new cardboard, this is like a pack of a packaging of some stuffs. If you have something, you have to cut it like two rectangular pieces of the same size, same measurement, and then you glue it together. But because this one is already, as you can see, that there's like a part that is doubled already, so I'm just trying to fix it in, and that's because I've already used this cardboard for another project before, not even just one project, for different projects before. So that's why I'm doing this. But if you have a new one, you will just cut it out so that it isn't as rough as mine, because this joining makes it so rough. And then after that, I have applied glue. I used this bonding glue. It's called top bond. People use it for carpentry work. That's what I used to glue it down. You can use any other paper glue of your choice, to something that is very strong, a very strong adhesive, and then you glue it down. And that's what I'm just trying to do, as you can see. And then I'm going to cut the excess part off so that the sides and everything are even. And then my frame is partially ready. Okay, basically I'm still cutting it. Yeah, so after cutting it, I'm going to put after cutting it, I'm going to use the paper tape, or is it called duct tape? I call it paper tape. I'm going to use the paper tape to glue some joining so that it is well done, and then the edges, so that the edges are smooth. You can play around this. You can either do this or glue a fabric around that, just to make the um sides not rough or less rough. And you can just use a canvas instead of going through this stress, but this makes it more beautiful, I guess, doing it from the scratch yourself. So this is the final outcome. This is my frame. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to spray the frame. That's why I got the spray paint. You can use any other paint, a gloss paint, or I later discovered that I could have just used which I later did, by the way, a calendar, the plain side of a calendar, the glossy side, which is white usually. I pasted it on it, I glued it to it, and that's what I later used. But instead of going to that stress, you can just do this. If you have a smooth surface already, just spray it any color of your choice. I used white because white to me seems very universal, and because of the different fabrics I'm going to be using, I feel like it's going to actually, it's a very good background. It's going to make everything pop. As you can see, it looks rough, but if I had cut it individually and don't have to do all the joining, it would have been slick. Okay, so now that I sprayed it, I am going to dry it in the sun. Alright, so this is the stay. It's an adhesive paper that people use, fashion designer and tailors use. It have the adhesive side that you can use an iron or iron to glue fabric to, and the other side is just plain, no glue and everything. To know the side that you have to apply glue to, you see it is kind of shiny. So the fabric side I already cut into rectangular and square pieces. I'm just going to attach it to it and use an iron to secure it onto the stay. And that's just all I'm doing. I'm just going to arrange it basically just like that, like that, like that, and then I'm going to use the So you're supposed to be doing this on a pressing table, but because of where I'm filming, that's why I'm doing like this. So I already glued it with the hot iron, as you can see, but you can still see some rough edges, and then the fray parts of some of the fabrics. And this is the back, which is not that adhesive side, so I had to use a machine to do a zigzag stitch to secure the edges, and then it also creates like a pattern on it, which is beautiful. Or what do you think? So it makes it look like those patterns and maps already. Remember, we're going to be creating an African map. Okay, so after that I drew the map of Africa behind the piece, as you can see, and I discovered that this is going to make the fabric the piece like reverse and a mirror image instead of as it should be. So I would advise that you draw it on the front part. You can get a marker or something that shows and draw it on the fabric part so that you get the correct place. But then it's art, anything goes for me, I think. Alright, so as you can see, this is it. It's not supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be the other way. So this is like a mirror image of my African map. Okay, so the frame is dried. Then I just glue the African map thingy on the frame, and that's just it. Like, that's basically it. You can get a canvas instead of going through the stress of creating a frame yourself, and just place it on it and you're done. So if you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and like the video, share with your friends, and just support me. Thank you very much for watching. What I'm just doing now is the glue. The top bond was not enough, so I used the double-sided adhesive tape, so both sides are adhesive, so I just glued it. I used it as a glue, and it's a very strong adhesive, especially on this kind of surface. All right, so that's just it. Please and please don't forget to share with your friend, try it out, and share with me on my Instagram page, which is Miss Surya, MZ_SORIE. You can also share with me on any platform. That's my handle, Miss Surya. All right, so now to create the what's this called again, just something to hold it or attach it to the wall. So I'm going to be using this. I actually cut this out from a mop, a mopping stick. So I cut out from a mop, and then I used that double-sided adhesive tape. You can just easily just use the duct tape or the paper tape or anything it's called to glue it down, but I used this, but this was I had at that time. I couldn't go back to get my paper tape, so I just used this to glue it down, and then that's it. It's ready to be hung on the wall, and you have a very beautiful piece. Don't forget that that's why I'm making this first, so you don't repeat my mistakes. So use a canvas instead, or just use a plain cardboard and not join it. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that anytime I post new videos, new content, you're gonna see it. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching. Love you guys.